Good morning. Yeah, I post these at 8 o'clock Texas time. I am still in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Let's go back to the page we were on before, and you can see I went through and did some more blending. And that dark brown that we had used, I went ahead and did the claws. Yeah, they just looked a little too in my face in that orange. And I did those claws, and I'm just going to go ahead and do these real quick while I've got this out. I'm doing it darker on the bottom and then just swirling in a little bit of light on top. So dark on the bottom and then lighter on top. Way I'm not having to go dig out another shade or another color. All right, so that was Crayola. Okay, now then, I had not thought about a color for his feet. I had only thought about the beak. I made these match, so I'm wondering, will it be okay if I make these match? But then her dress is yellow, and I don't want that yellow right next to that yellow. So, we'll see. Jury is out on that. We will see. Let's get lined up. That's pretty good right there. Let me get seated, and we shall get started. All right, so we're back with Crayola. We have yellow. We have golden yellow. I have harvest gold. And then I've still get that dark brown out that we've had out for the last few times. So let me put these in my hand, light to dark. And let's start with the main yellow. And I'm going to leave the feet alone for now. I think I'll probably come back and do them like in a gray or maybe even a cream color. I'm just not sure yet. And when you're not sure on something, it's better to just wait. Okay? So this is just regular old Crayola pencil yellow. Just coming in, getting a little bit of color all over. It can't hurt to put the color all over, even if we're going to go over it with other colors, because that just helps to get that first layer of yellow on your page. And then if you choose not to totally do something in a darker shade, then we're okay. Ooh, can you see how my lead's out? Yep, that's okay. I'm going to stick it back in. And this is a little trick. If you hold your pencil straight up and down when you're coloring, you can keep coloring and use some more of that pencil lead without having to sharpen. But because I'm trying to video and let you see, I have to really make sure my hand's out of the way for this. All right. There we go. I've got the basics covered. So now I'm going to go to my second color, and I'm going to lay this yellow down over here. Maybe it'll help me remember not to smush hard on that lead. Golden yellow. So I'm going to start coming up into the areas I just did. Now see, you've got the light yellow, the light yellow, the light yellow, or rather the regular yellow. So I am going to color right here with this golden yellow, just so there's a little bit of a color difference there, and it doesn't just all blend and look the same. So now essentially what I'm doing is a coat of this yellow on anything that is the lighter gray. Okay? Not hard, just takes time. Well, I'm glad you've stopped by to watch the little video today. I did a review not long ago on a book by Jane Mayday. Let me grab it real quick and show you. So, The Art of Positivity. There's the ISBN. It is currently on Amazon. It is like 10 bucks. So even for me, it was something that was affordable. They did send it to me for free because I did a review on it. But the pages on it, y'all, the pages are lovely. They're nice and thick. And so I believe when I'm finished with this book, I'll be starting in that one. So if you want to color along, I'm giving you time to go ahead and order that book. You can go back and watch the video on it, but there's just lots of just feel-good pages. Some of them are inspirational, but yeah, it's all positive. And the pages are nice enough that you can take them out and frame them. Or frame them and gift them. Why not? Okay, Harvest Gold. Still working my way to the next shade of the grays here. Just coming through here, adding a little bit more each time. So this is even a little bit darker than what was on there before. Now when I come, see I'm coming up into this darker bit, blending and coming up into the darker area. Here. Then I'm going to add some more. Now I've already colored this enough that not very much more is going to go in there. But that is enough that there's a very big difference between this and this. Or at least it is on my side of the camera. Alright, then I'm going to go to that last color. Remember, I said I had dark brown still pulled out. This is where I'm going to come in here and really get the depth. Really going for the drama here. Lighter as I come in. See, I'm going to go dark here, and then lighter as I come down through there. I could even do just a smidge there. It's not really going to show. But anywhere where it's really dark and I want it to look like it's indented or going down and around, that's where I'm going to add this color. Really pushes those sides back down. Just a lot more drama. Kind of pick and choose where you want to put it. It's up to you. But you can see how just little bits here and there are changing the look of the page. Now he's got some planes and angles and stuff like that that weren't as visible before. See, and I can even go more here. Watch this. That looks dark, doesn't it? But when I start to fade that down, it almost plants like a new angle on that nose. Gives us a little more depth to the nose. You know what I meant? The ridge on the beak. So see, can do that here. Just defines those angles a little bit more. And you can go as dark or as light as you want. I think I am going to stop in a minute. I do tend to overdo it some, but I do like my darks dark. I especially like how that turned out. Okay, so then next, we're going to grab those purples. I'm not even going to come back and blend. I think it blended fine. I am going to come back in with these purples now. And I have Purple Heart with a homemade extender. If you missed that, it's a couple videos. Well, it's a few videos back. So I've got Purple Heart, and then I have Violet Purple, and then I've got Plum. So my first shade, now this is where you can get creative if you want. These, I think these are little plume feathers out of his tail. And then we've got these feathers on both sides, and then we've got all these tightly knit feathers. You could do different ones, different shades. That would be perfectly fine. I mean, you could go totally a different color. What I'm going to choose to do is take this Purple Heart first and do these lighter sections. Silence. It's so strange for me. Well, I say good morning to you because when I release the video, it is 8 a.m. Texas time, but in reality, it's after 10 o'clock at night right now. And this is being done probably 2 to 3 weeks before you're going to see it. All right, so there, I did that. I'm going to go ahead and do these also in this same color. The reason I'm doing this is because my two lighter purples are a little bit different from each other, but not just a ton. Hang with me and I'll show you. So, like this one is this, and my other one is more of a blue purple. And then I have my plum that will go with both. So I'm going to do one set, the lighter set here, and then the ones that are already a little darker looking, do them here. And then that way it'll make it look like I've got several different shades of purple going on, even though I don't. So the ones that are looser, like this, And then I did come into this wing, so I'm going to come into this wing. In fact, hey, my page, I can change it up, right? I'm going to also do the face. I'm going to do the feathers that look like they're further apart with more white. I'm going to go ahead and do them all in this shade. So forget what I said a while ago about using different ones. But that is a way that if you need more colors, you can change your colors up. But see how these have a lot of white in them? So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then through here is a lot of white. I'll show you. It's not a hard process. It's really not. This is actually easier to me than the other bird was, the teal color, the turquoise bird, because we're not having a big blank section to do. There's so many lines here that it's going to make it just a little bit easier. Okay, so basically I've gone all over, right? Like I said, keeping it real. You're seeing what I'm doing as I'm doing it, as it comes out of my brain. All right, then I'm going to take that second shade, the violet purple, and I'm going to come in and go around these feathers, these big ones, because it is a little bit different than the first color, just not tons. Essentially, you can go around each feather blend out as you go. And see, that makes that look like it's tucked back underneath this. And that's one reason why I need a darker dark, which is my plum, because this is so dark, but this really needs to look like it's tucked in there. So now is when I'm really bearing down on that pencil and getting that darkest purple down in there. I would advise not going with black just because it's such a strong, harsh color. Okay. Outlining these slightly will help each one to look like it's layered. Unless you're going for that flat look, which somebody might be. You might be just watching to learn what colors go well together. And if so, that's fine. If so, a good time to practice that is going to be when I start the lessons in Jane's book that I was just talking about, the positivity. Because I'll be talking a lot there about color and picking color and the color wheel and tips and tricks and all that stuff. And see here, I'm not using that in between color. I'm just going to go straight to this. Okay. Doing the same thing over here. Let me check time. Again, if we run out of time, I will just come back in with another video. Now, to make that head pop forward, I'm taking my darkest color, my plum, and I'm going around there, and then I'm going to fade out. I'm not treating each one of these little feathers separately. Not for this, not yet. See how that side of the face looks like it's popped forward and this side just kind of looks flat? That's what I'm after. I want to pop that beak and his head forward. So just getting this dark color in there and then fading it out is going to do that for me. And I really want to get this, get down in there really well. Okay, if I go here, it's going to pop her forward. She's still leaning on him or her, but it popped her forward some. Look right here. If I come in here with this color and then fade it out, you need to try to fade it. We're not trying to just outline in purple. But see how it pushed that back and popped her forward? Do the same thing all around here. Just fade that out. Yeah, she's been popped forward. And by doing this part first, where we pop different items forward, we may decide, I may decide for mine, that I don't need to add a lot more to all the other feathers, or that I don't need to add all the colors, maybe just one of the purples. See how she now looks like she's really lifted in front of that? Let's do this wing, then fade it out. So anywhere where there's that line that separates, I'm actually going to go right here and separate the wing right there. Okay. Go along this side. By going there, it rounded it. By going up here, it made that wing come in front. All these little areas here, they all need to be done so that it pops this wing up to the front. Okay, here's another line. Look for those lines. Those lines are really going to help define what's in front, what's behind, etc., etc. Try to move my hand, but I can't always. All right, are you seeing a difference? Okay, I'm going to keep coming down this side. Yeah, I'll erase that a little bit later. every line you see, shadow behind it. I'll give it a little lift. And then by going here and coming out just a little, I'm actually rounding that body. Okay. All right, now, because that's worked so well, I was going to come in and do every single little V. So if you're one of those achievers, you can come in like that and do every one of these. This is actually looking more blue than purple on my page. What I'm going to do is come back with my original color and just put another coat on. I'm actually not going to worry about doing each one of those because the way I shaded around everything, I think it's going to be okay. I'll look and see. This is my lightest shade. This was my Purple Heart. There's just already so many lines in this though that I don't know that I need to add more color. And again, feel free to. Oh yeah, your page, your call. I'm not even seeing a whole lot of color difference with that. Well, yeah, I do. I see enough that I'm going to keep doing it. We'll put it that way. Because I don't want it to just be a grayscale drawing. I do want my purple on there. Now I will come back with that plum and do along here. Okay, hand's got to be there. That's just putting a little bit more definition. Okay, and then I can come in here with this. Look, I can go really dark. See how that really tucked that up in there? Okay, a couple more spots, and then I'm going to call it, and I will see you in a few days. Yeah. Just really getting my darks darker. Getting that dimension in there. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. You know, I can always come back later and add more, but for now, I'm going to call that guy finished. Actually, no, I've still got eyes to go and talons, but I will come and do the squirrel next time. I think I'm going to let you do the hawk or eagle or whatever that is on your own. But this page is almost where you can finish it on your own. You probably could, but I'll come back and do the owl. Okay? All right, I will see you in another few days. Bye.